welcome to the next episode of the weekly episodic sports entertainment show. It is me, Jason Miller, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Raw. This is mostly going to be Summerslam predictions. Only thing I want to say about Raw, it was an okay go-home show. I was sort of disappointed, to be honest. The biggest issue I had was the angle of Daniel Bryan and his physical trainer, Megan, whatever her name was. It was just a terrible, terrible angle, and that's classic overbooking. I don't even know if that's the right terminology there, but you're trying too hard. Okay, I mean, less is more sometimes, and I think that it almost took away from the storyline going into SummerSlam. But we're not going to spend too much time on that. Let's just talk about SummerSlam, and let's get it on. SummerSlam! Okay, first we've got the Intercontinental Championship. We got The Miz and Ziggler. I'm pretty sure Miz is going to retain here. I do think it'll be a good match. I do like Miz's character. I mean, if some of you guys, watch NXT, he's starting to steal a lot of stuff from Tyler Breeze down there. So, and it's a shame because I kind of had high hopes for Tyler Breeze. I hope that that Tyler Breeze gets his just due, just because Miz is stealing a lot from it. But either way, Miz is having some good heel work, but I think Miz is going to retain. I think in order for Ziggler to be a little bit more than what he is, I think they're going to have to repackage him, because I think WWE has ran the course with that character. Let's go into Jericho Wyatt. Hopefully they do a lot better job than they did at Battleground, because that was not that great of a match. I was sort of disappointed. I think it will be a lot better of a match. I definitely think Bray Wyatt's going over this time. I don't think there's any question about it. I think that's why Jericho won the first one. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like a best of three situation. I do know the Fozzy tour with Jericho says he's only going to be around for another 6 weeks or so. So it is possible that it does go into the next pay-per-view. But either way, I think it should be pretty solid, but I'm pretty sure Bray's going to go over. Swagger and Rusev in the flag match. This is interesting because I think long-term they have bigger plans for Rusev than they do Swagger. But I think right now, especially with some of the backlash that happened with the whole Soviet Union, plane incident out there, I think Swagger's going to win this match. Doesn't mean that this rivalry is done, but I think Swagger's going to go over. It should be a solid match. I think that Swagger's sort of a little bit underrated. He can go, and he can carry Rusev. I think it should be pretty good. Swagger, I think Swagger's going to win. AJ Lee and Paige, this should probably be their showcase. I think this is going to be the time that they shine. Definitely AJ is retaining here. There's no doubt about it. But I think this is going to be, like a 10-minute Diva match, which you hardly ever see anymore. And I think that's pretty exciting. Actually, that there's, I guess, 7 matches, and 2 of them are Divas matches is actually good news for, for WWE standards. But yeah, I think it should be a solid work rate match, and I think AJ Lee will retain. The match that I'm most excited for, and maybe it's just because I'm an Ambrose guy, is Ambrose and Rollins. I think this is going to tear the house down. Honestly, of all the matches going into this is the one I'm least sure about, because it could go either way in this. I don't think this is the end of this, so I think there'll be shenanigans somehow, some way in either victory. If I had to pick, I think Rollins is going to win. I don't want him to, because like I said, I'm a big Ambrose guy. But I think Rollins wins with some tomfoolery somewhere. Something happens. And I think that's how he wins. But I think this is the match that I'm definitely most excited for. No doubt about it. The match that I could care less about is the next one. And that is Reigns and Orton. That is just dreadful. And sorry, I mean, Orton's so boring. I mean, it doesn't matter what he does. And it's not that he's that terrible a wrestler. It's just his character's so boring. His delivery's so boring on the mic. It's really hard for me to ever get excited about Randy Orton. And, I mean, Reigns is okay. I know that everybody else loves him a lot more than I do. But, he's as much as there's those John Cena haters out there, in a couple years, if Reigns maintains what he's doing, you're gonna hate him just as much as you did John Cena, because those can't wrestle chants. I mean, this guy has his two moves, and that's what he does. I don't think that it's gonna. I just the actual match I think is gonna be kind of boring. I think a lot of the people are gonna be sitting on their hands because I mean, obviously Reigns is going over. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they have aspirations of him being the big guy. This is how he's gonna have to win this match. But it's interesting as to when they place this. If they place it later in the program, the fans are even going to be worse. So I think they had to keep it early on, and I know that they're probably not going to because they think everybody's going to be so hot for Reigns. But you'll see. Just watch the crowd. Watch the crowd during SummerSlam, and you'll see what match they cared least about. Maybe not least, because there's a couple of other ones that are a lot less. But you know what I'm saying. For a main event-ish match, they're not going to care that much about it. So yeah, Reigns is going over, and then obviously you got Brie Bella, Stephanie McMahon. I mean, already talked about her atrocious angle that they had going into it, but that aside, great hype going into the match. Obviously, you're going to see Daniel Bryan. There's no question about it. I think that was probably why he was brought in. That should have been done in a different way, but I believe Daniel Bryan comes in and does something. I don't think you're not going to see Daniel Bryan like smack around Stephanie. They're not going to do that. But what they probably will do is maybe Daniel Bryan will come out, then Hunter will come out, and it'll be something there, and maybe Hunter will help out and hold somebody, and then Stephanie gets hit by accident, that kind of thing, and then Stephanie loses. Brie's going over, no doubt about it. And then of course the championship, and I don't see how Lesnar does not win this match. The only way he doesn't win this match is if they have a rematch the next night on Raw, and then Lesnar goes over. Lesnar's winning this belt. John Cena's disappearing from TV. He's making a movie, and that's the bottom line. Okay, that's what's happening. So, to me, I love that match so much from 2 years ago. I don't see how it's going to be better than that, because this doesn't even have the no holds barred gimmick that the Extreme Rules that it had 2 years ago. I hope it does, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be rough, and Lesnar's gonna win, and I'm sure there's gonna be all kinds of near falls, and it'll be a good match, But yeah, I think Lesnar's winning, and that's when it gets really interesting for me, because then once Lesnar has that belt, I don't know where they're going in the next couple of months. It's gonna be a good ride after this, because I knew all this for the last couple of months. This is where this whole thing was going. That's why Lesnar won at SummerSlam. I got it. I understand Lesnar won at WrestleMania. That's where they were going with this, but I don't know where they're going after that, because there's all kinds of mid-card talent, and I don't think they have the next go-to face. And I know they think they're grooming Reigns for this, but I mean, really, Reigns is going over on Lesnar. Come on, I don't know. But anyway, it should be a fun couple of months. The actual SummerSlam card, I haven't been this excited for a SummerSlam in years, so that's the good news. I think it's going to be a solid show. I hope it doesn't disappoint. I hope there isn't something that really goes wrong there. So enjoy it, and I'll see you guys next week. Make sure you watch Raw on Monday night, because I'm very excited to see where the storyline takes us after SummerSlam.